Here is an image of the life cycle. Service Strategy by Team ITEX. What is service strategy? Service strategy is part of IT infrastructure library which provides the framework for IT service management. Service strategy is the first and main point of ITIL lifecycle. It provides the guidance and clarification for the types of services provided. Service strategy focuses to help improve IT services within organizations and leaving them with a long-term improvement. It also continues to improve over time. What is the purpose of service strategy? The purpose of service strategy is to ensure that every single stage of the life cycle stays focused on the business case and relates to the company's process. Service strategy shows organizations how to transform service management from an organizational capability into a strategic asset and then think and act in a strategic manner. Service strategy helps clarify the relationships between various services, systems or processes and the business models, strategies or objectives they support.
Service strategy. This is split up into 4 different stages. Stage 1. Defining the market. For service strategy to take effect or implement any improvements, it is crucial for the business to define the market. This is a key area as it will show the base of the strategy plan and what they will need to do to continue the plan. Furthermore, the business must understand the marketplace, such as when it is peak time and off-peak. The business must construct a strategic plan which will allow them to organize the amount of stock they will require. During festival seasons, a business is required to have sufficient stock so they do not get low. Such as during Christmas times, they will be required to have double or triple amount of stock because those who are celebrating Christmas will be shopping and even those who are looking for bargains. However, during off-peak times, business do not have to stock up more than they need. If the business has a good strategic plan, this means they understand and are able to identify the pattern of all activities that are taking place and can plan well before time. This will also increase profits for the business.
Develop the business offerings, stage 2. This stage involves gathering the requirements, the value, and being proactive. The following stage for the business to consider is all the requirements they will need to gather, such as an analysis of what the customer needs, which will increase the value of their services, as this is for the customer's benefit. Furthermore, a business needs to choose what source they will use, which will help them reduce the cost and see an impact in saving. The savings can be used in other aspects within the businesses which have potential developing. The business can also work around how much stock is required, how much purchases, and how much purchases. Stage 3. Develop strategic assets. This involves reducing risk, resources and capabilities, control cost, and increasing service potential. The third stage is to develop the strategic assets. This should be done by all businesses. Having a strategic plan is crucial and it will help reduce the risk that the company is facing or may face. If the strategic plan is good and the company avoids all risk, this means the profit margins will be high. It is important to control the costs within the company. If the business can control the costs, such as budgeting and controlling money coming in and out, it will help reduce the risk. Most companies won't do this and instead will consult an accountant who will keep records of the business's income and outcome. And every year, the accountant will do the relevant calculations, even decreasing the amount of tax the business may have to pay. The accountant can also point out other ways the business can increase profits and reduce costs. The final stage is to prepare for execution. This will include documentation which will describe and identify how, when, and who specific targets will be achieved. Once a well-constructed strategic plan is in place, which will identify all improvements in specific areas such as the products, the timescale, cost, and qualities, then the business will be able to move further.
In service strategy, processes are involved. Processes are activities that are used to achieve goals. There are 5 processes which are needed for service strategy. These are service portfolio management, which is where you think about creating a service or using an existing service for your customer. Financial management, which is where you keep track of cost of services and are you making an investment on them. Demand management is managing the demand of the customer. Strategy management is where you are finding out who your customers are, their value, and how you are able to get new customers. And business relationship is the relationship between the customer and the business. Service portfolio management tells you about the services it currently offers or any services that they have been previously provided. Service pipeline is where a service is under development or is in progress. Service category is a service that is already provided, and retired services is a service that was used in the past and has now been phased out. You can use any of these 3 categories depending on what the customer is. An example would be a university. If there was a new building that has just opened, you would have to think on how you would provide services to the new building. Would you create a new service for the students or use an existing service that already operates on other university buildings?
Financial management for IT services is an element of the ITIL best practice framework. It is used to plan, control, and recover costs. Expanded in providing the IT services, negotiated and agreed to in the services level agreement, and there has 3 important activities. First one, budgeting is the predicting the expected future requirement for the funds to deliver the agreed upon IT services to the services customers and are typically created on an annual basis. Second one, accounting or IT accounting enables the IT organization to account fully for the way its money is spent. And charging is optional activities within financial management for IT services. The decision whether the IT department will charge customers for the actual provision of IT services is made at a strategic level, and the charging must be linked to controllable aspects for customers as they may wish to change the usage of the services based on the charges they incur. And demand management plays a key role in the services management. It aligns supply with demand and tries to forecast the sale of the products as closely as possible. And the objective of the ITIL demand management is to understand, anticipate, and influence customer demand for services. Also, demand management works with capacity management to ensure that the services provider has sufficient capacity to meet the required demand.
Service level management. Service level management is one of the 5 components making up the ITIL service delivery. It is one of the most important processes within the ITIL framework. Service level management is mainly responsible for establishing guidelines and setting targets for the IT department on their performance, providing feedback and performance reporting, promoting IT service support and delivery, ensuring that the agreed IT services are delivered when and where they are scheduled, communicating with others to ensure quality of service is achieved with the resources agreed with financial management, ensuring that appropriate IT service continuity plans exist to support the business. The service level manager relies on other areas of the service delivery process to provide the necessary support which makes sure that the services are being provided at a low cost, secure, and being as efficient as possible. Business relationship management. The main aim of business relationship management is to maintain a positive relationship with its customers. It identifies the needs of existing and potential customers and ensures that everything is done to meet those needs. Business relationship management is responsible for establishing the relationship between IT and the customers, service decision making, promoting IT services, capabilities and resources, striving to capture the business needs, requirements, strategy and planning for the future. IT service strategy is about applying today's technology in innovative ways to address the business strategy. There are many different countries that have IT service strategy is about applying today's technology in innovative ways to address the business strategy. There are many different companies that have used the ITIL service strategy framework successfully. A good example of a company that has applied this to their business is Virgin Atlantic. In the past, Virgin Atlantic used to spend a lot of money on ticket agents, and all the money that they had to spend up front meant that they were not able to spend it somewhere important, such as infrastructure. However, with the implementation of service strategy, Virgin Atlantic has used a range of technologies to cut costs and improve the service that it is able to provide for its customers. These technologies can include databases of the passengers and the flights, cheaper front-end computers as the technology is always improving and becoming cheaper to produce, IT card readers, easy graphics and web interfaces, touchscreen technologies as these are getting cheaper every day and nearly everyone has access to one nowadays.